Hello there, this is Alexander from Sinesquares.net, and today we're checking a brand new release by my friends at Nekyia Circuits, which is probably the best filter I've ever had in Eurorack form, and that is Ceremony by Nekyia Circuits. Ceremony is such a unique and interesting filter module. It is inspired by Hordijk's TwinPeak design and has two frequencies, so you can morph between low pass and band pass filters. You can use your input to modulate your filter, a really aggressive resonance control, and of course you can modulate everything on the filter. It has a lot of inputs, 2 audio inputs and 1 output, so this is not a stereo filter, it's a mono filter with just 2 peaks, 2 frequencies. And as I'm playing with it and I'm spending time with it, this filter has so many sounds hidden in it. It's a really capable Eurorack voice, but even if you use it just as a filter, it's not your typical basic filter. So let's plug it in and listen to some sounds, and in the end we're going to discuss whether this is the right filter module for you. So here we have the brand new Nekyia Circuits module. It's called Ceremony, and it is a dual analog 18 dB resonant filter. It is inspired by the TwinPeak design filter, which has 2 frequencies. So here we have frequency A and frequency B, and that allows you to morph between a low pass filter and a TwinPeak band pass filter. So going from top to bottom, you have your 2 frequencies, frequency A and frequency B. Below frequency A we have the FM mod, and next to it we have the resonance control. Below that you have 2 feedback knobs, feed A and feed B. And these are really interesting because they allow you to modulate the frequency using the input. So just with these 2 knobs, you can add a lot of harmonics to your sounds. In the middle, we have the fader, which allows you to go from low pass filter and using only frequency A to adding frequency B to a band pass filter. In the middle, we have the crossfader for blending input 1 and input 2. In the middle we have both, and if you go to the right you have input 2 or input A on the left. And lastly, in terms of connections, you have your 2 inputs, input 1 and input 2. You have CV control for your FM mod. You also have CV to control your fader here, your crossfader. Resonance CV input, CVA and CVB, but you also have an input for modulating both frequencies at the same time. And when you're using the both input, you also have 1 volt per octave tracking. And lastly, you have VCA input, which allows you to use this module as a voice, and of course your output. So let's start going through the module, listening to some sounds. So for our first example, I want to demonstrate how easy it is to use Ceremony and color a sound. We're just going to use a simple sine wave. And you're going to see how quickly we can get a simple sine wave to sound completely different just by using Ceremony. So let's start with our sine wave and having everything at 0. Let's add some resonance to that. This is a highly resonant filter. When you are around noon, it starts to self-oscillate. But even if you don't have any resonance, you still have just a tiny bit of resonance. Now let's demonstrate the feedback knob. This is really cool because you can take a simple sine wave with no resonance and just turn it into something else. This is the same sine wave, just by using the feedback knob. Now we're going to use a saw wave. To demonstrate how you can use both frequencies. Now I have only frequency A. Let's add some feedback. And now by using the middle knob here, I can introduce the second frequency. We have separate feedback control for each frequency. And the cool thing is that you can modulate each frequency separately. So we're going to use obsidian to modulate frequency B. Why don't we modulate frequency A2? So you can see how quickly you can get some crazy results just by using Ceremony. This module has so many sweet spots. I mean, you can just tweak and find, so many sounds hidden within Ceremony. So to demonstrate the modulation of the crossfader, we're going to take a square wave from Occult, and we're also going to patch Passaggio in input number 2. They have completely different sounds, so you can clearly hear the difference. So let's demonstrate Ceremony as a voice. We're using the Aux1 to trigger the envelope that triggers the VCA that Ceremony has. And we're also taking pitch from the Aux1. And other than that, nothing else is patched. So you can listen to what the module sounds without any inputs. You can get some really nice rings type of sounds. you can also get some bell type of sounds. But you can also get some simpler tones. Let's take only one. A simple, nice sine wave. So yeah, as you might expect, I love this module. I really think that this is a huge step forward in terms of filters. It's not your basic filter, it's just something unique that you cannot really find. So time for the verdict. I think that Ceremony is an incredible filter module. I'm friends with the guys on Nekyia Circuits, so I may be a bit biased, but I do think that this is such an interesting filter. You cannot really find something like this. And in just 10 HP, they managed to add so much functionality. I mean, the feedback knobs are awesome. I mean, you can do so many interesting sounds with those things. The two frequencies just make everything more interesting. It's not your typical low pass or high pass filter. The really aggressive resonance that you have to be aware of sounds incredible. I mean, you could get from your acid sounds to a really gnarly, and aggressive type of sound. And all the modulation options that you have just make this so useful. I equally like this as a filter and as a voice. I think that the sounds that this thing produces are incredible. You can get from a rings type of plug sound to some really beautiful sounding bell sounds, and of course your typical oscillator type of sound. And it's just a joy to play around with this thing. So to wrap this up, I really think that Nekyia Circuits just nailed it with this one. I really hope that this becomes a really successful module because it deserves it. And for a change, this is something completely new. It is inspired by another design, but the guys at Nekyia just made this their own thing, and I think that they did an incredible job. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you to Nekyia for sending me this module. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, leave a like or subscribe, and I hope to see you on the next one. Love you.